Apartment 103. My name's Artyom, I'm 34, and I'm in a wheelchair. I wasn't born this way. I didn't get into a car accident. I wasn't shot, stabbed, or sick. No, it was a door. Just one door. I don't tell this to get sympathy. I'm only saying this because if you ever hear 2 knocks at your door at midnight, don't open it. Even if the voice on the other side sounds like someone you love, especially then. After my divorce, I moved into a small one-bedroom apartment in an old Soviet-era building on the edge of the city. It was cheap, quiet, kind of depressing, but that's exactly what I needed. The place was weird though. The walls were always damp, the floor creaked, and sometimes the pipes groaned like they were in pain. I thought it was just old building stuff. The knocking started on my 3rd night there, right at midnight. 2 slow knocks on my front door. That was it. No one called out, no one left anything behind. I figured it was a drunk neighbor who got the wrong door. It happens. But then it happened again the next night. Same time, same knocks, same silence after, and then again. I started looking through the peephole every time it happened. Nothing. Not a shadow, not a footstep, just an empty hallway. But in the morning, I noticed something, a scratch on my door. Thin, deep, like someone had dragged a fingernail across it. I ran my fingers over it. Cold, fresh. I asked the old woman across the hall, Zena was her name, if she ever heard anything at night. She gave me this look, like she was remembering something she tried to forget. "You're in 103, she asked. I nodded. She lowered her voice. "Don't open it. Whatever you do, keep the blinds shut and never open the door after dark." I laughed it off, figured she was just old and paranoid. But inside I started to feel it too. That slow growing fear that builds in your chest when something doesn't make sense anymore. On the 5th night, I set up a camera, just a cheap one on a tripod, pointed right at my front door. I hit record and waited in bed, staring at the clock. Midnight came. 2 knocks. I jumped out of bed and ran to the camera feed. The door shook, like someone had hit it hard, but there was no one there. The hallway was empty, completely still. I swear I felt my stomach drop through the floor. That was the first time I felt things was really wrong. Not just weird, wrong. But I didn't leave. I wish I had. The night it all went to hell, the knock came again. Same time, same sound. And for some reason this time I stood up and walked to the door. Something made me do it, not just curiosity, something pulling me forward. I put my hand on the lock and I heard a voice. Right outside the door, a woman's voice. Low, almost sweet. "Artyom," she whispered, "I'm here. Open the door." I froze. I don't know how to explain it, but the voice, it was familiar. Like someone I used to love, but twisted, like it had forgotten how to sound human. And I opened the door. There was no one there, just the hallway. But it didn't feel right. The air was ice cold, my breath fogged in front of me. It felt like stepping to a dream that was about to become a nightmare. Then I saw her, at the end of the hallway, barefoot, wearing what looked like a hospital gown, long, tangled hair covering her face. She wasn't moving. Then she turned toward me, and she didn't have a face. Just smooth, stretched skin where eyes and a mouth should have been. She didn't scream, didn't run. She just raised her arm and pointed at me. I tried to move, I swear I tried. But it was like my legs weren't mine anymore. I took a step back and everything went black. I woke up at the bottom of the stairwell. Pain was ripping through my back. I couldn't move, couldn't feel my legs, just cold, searing pain. The doctors said I fell down a single flight of stairs, but the damage was catastrophic. Spinal cord crushed. I'd never walk again. They called it a freak accident, but I remember opening the door. I remember her. The footage was gone. Camera destroyed. No backup. After the surgery, I started looking into the apartment's history. It wasn't easy. Records were thin, but I found something. A guy lived there before me, mid-20s, found dead on the stairs, said he was sleepwalking. Before him, a woman, late 40s, suicide. Left a note, "I can't take her face anymore." Now I live in a rehab center, and every single night, right at midnight, I hear 2 knocks, even here. One night a nurse came in, asking if I knew anything about my old neighbor, Zena. Said she was found dead on the stairs, broken back. They said she slipped, but I know better. She saw her too, and she never stops coming back. If you ever hear 2 knocks at midnight and someone whispers your name from the other side of the door, don't open it. Please, don't open it. The story is intense, creepy, and captivating as is. The flow and details are great, and the dark tone is preserved throughout. If you'd like to tweak anything further or want more details on any part, feel free to ask.